Is up? I'm Ilya with Last Frontier Life. Yes, we changed our channel name again, but I think that name is going to be there to stay. Tonight, I am going to be cutting a metal art piece, the most detailed metal art piece that I've ever done. It is of the Kennecott Mine building in McCarthy, Alaska. To give you some context, I am a metal guy, metal fabricator, blacksmith. I do metal art, and my metal art usually consists of art pieces like this. So actual metal art that I cut out, that people hang on the walls and whatever. But this client asked me to build him this railing and cut out the mill building on that short section and a bridge, a big old bridge on this one. So I'm going to talk about the bridge another day. I'll do a different live on that one. But tonight I'm cutting out this mill building with a plasma cutter. So plasma cutter, that's what the torch looks like. That's supposed to say hi, but anyways. So yeah, I'm cutting this out of some steel, and forget the thickness. I think it was 14 gauge. It's pretty thick, but basically I'm cutting out all these openings and all these lines out of solid piece of steel with the plasma cutter. So I'm going to put the camera up, and you guys are gonna watch me succeed or fail. This is how it is. I've invested quite a bit of time into this piece, building the railing, sketching up the piece, and now I'm going to put holes in some metal. So thank you guys for joining, and yeah, I'll go back and forth and answer some questions. Worsh me, hello, Braden South, cool. I'm a welder, right on, man. It's a cool trade. It's very has its demands sometimes, but it's very rewarding. But I'm gonna pop this up here, and I'm gonna get after it. The Kennecott building. So this is a mine, but the Kennecott mine is a copper mine in McCarthy, Alaska, and in the early 1900s, it mined for copper in the hills of the Wrangell mountain range, I believe. And from 1911 to 1938, they got $2 million worth of copper out of the hills. So these veins of copper were in the mountains, so they would bring the ore out, they would process it, so they have a high, I believe this is a high grade chute here. They process it, and then all the steps, and then I believe the smokestacks is where they would melt it down into like billets. But anyways, the client lives up here in the hills in McCarthy. He built a new house, and this is a historic landmark, and he'd like to incorporate this old mill building in his house. And basically, I am supposed to create out of a piece of metal and cutting out this building. So I have no idea how it's going to turn out, because drawing it is one thing, but cutting it out is another one. So I'm going to get after it. See how it goes. Start with the easy stuff first to warm up and hit the windows. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. So many details. Oh yeah. Yeah. Coco Man, this looks hype. Thanks, dude. Thanks. Still me. Whoa, this looks way cool. Yes, tell me, plasma torch. And I'm freehanding this mill building on this railing piece. So this is the most detailed piece I've ever done. I usually do like silhouette images of animals and mountain ranges and stuff, but this is an actual permanent railing piece. This is part of a railing that's going to be in this guy's house, and he wants this building on it, so I'm cutting it out. But 28J Wicks, you sell those? Kind of. So this is a custom piece that I'm cutting out, but I do sell metal art, and I will, if you subscribe and follow along, I'll pop it in the description of my website and all that, into the description of this video. Hey David, thanks for joining. We'll keep at it. Now, one thing, I'm going to be hopping around the whole drawing because this produces a lot of heat, and I'm trying to keep my drawing alive so it doesn't get, the sheet of steel doesn't get heated up and, you know, melts my Sharpie marks. So I'm going to jump around and not to overheat this thing too. So, hey Larry, hey Bella, David. Hey guys, 28J Wicks. Yes, sir. I am in Alaska. I'm in South Central Alaska in Big Lake. This railing piece has gone to McCarthy, Alaska, to a new home that just got built up there. So we're doing some art on this railing. Let it cool off for a minute. Get the air compressor going so I don't run out of air. Hey V-Town, that's a good idea. I don't know, that's a good idea. It's gonna be silhouetted against a big window, and so like the sunlight will show through behind it. So it'll probably be just natural light coming through. Hi Samir, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, I drew this all first with a Sharpie, and now I'm cutting it out. Yeah. Hi Sonny, thank you. Thank you, I try.
let the metal cool down a little bit. So, give you an up close look. So, these parts are the shadows that I've removed. Windows. So this is a very rough draft. I'll clean a lot of this up. So, but getting it cut out should look pretty sweet. There's 21 of you guys watching. Where are you guys all from? Thanks for joining. I am located in South Central Alaska. It's 9:30 o'clock at night right now, and the sun is just now setting. Well, it's set, in the process of setting. Getting the tail end of our midnight sun here in the fall, and the leaves are going to turn yellow here pretty soon. But need to wrap up this project at the end of this week. I'm going moose hunting, so that's why I'm burning the midnight oil. Most Unclean 729 says that he arrived to troll, but this is actually pretty cool. Thank you, sir. I appreciate a good troll, but I appreciate this more. Thank you for your honesty. Hope you stick around. This is the old mine. This is an old mine in McCarthy, Alaska, the Kennecott copper mine that I am cutting out on a piece of steel. This is part of a railing that's going to be in someone's house. And the client wanted me to cut out this historical building on this piece of steel. So I'm a metal artist. I'm using a plasma cutter. It's essentially a torch oxygen and electricity, and it burns metal. And I'm doing this freehand, no robots, and we're cutting out holes, essentially holes in metal that are gonna be art. So I gotta take breaks because the metal heats up, and I gotta watch so the metal doesn't, or the heat doesn't burn my Sharpie marks, what I drew. Panda stuff. This is pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you, Panda stuff. Luna Lene. Whoa. This is awesome. Thank you, Luna. Yeah, this is a very unusual art medium. Basically putting holes in metal and making it art. This is a image of a old mill building in McCarthy, Alaska that is going to be part of a railing in the home of the client, and he wanted me to cut out the silhouette profile, whatever it's called, and we're just freehanding it with the plasma cutter. Let the metal cool down for a minute. McCarthy is about 9 hours north of Anchorage. 9 hours north of Anchorage, Alaska. It's on the road system, but the last 2 hours are rough gravel road. But this building is the Kennecott Mine, and it's accessible for anyone that would like to see it in person. A very, very cool building in the middle of nowhere. Built in the early 1900s by some tough dudes. Because it is just pure wilderness out there and, you know, untamed. Rusty Shackleford. Holy crap, this is the sharpest masterpiece I've ever seen. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, this is kind of work in progress. Will look pretty neat when it's done. Kind of a wild medium because this is a sheet of metal, right? And we're poking holes in it, somewhat symmetrical, to create the illusion of something that's there. So that is holes in steel. And looking at the big picture, it's a picture. So very detailed. I usually do big silhouetted pieces, but there's lots of small, fine details. But it's a good challenge. I'm enjoying it so far. And thank you guys for watching along. Gonna do the mountains next, and some of the lower shadows. Those shadows there turned out pretty wild. Kind of liking that. That was a tip from my dad. Thank you, Dad. You're gonna watch this. Adjust my setup here. Turn on my air compressor. So you see this line I just cut right here in the mountain? So before I started, we already talked about everything with the client, and he calls me back already. And he's like, don't forget, in the mountain, there's the line of delineation where there's rock, and then there's shale, and then there's a copper vein or copper material there, and it's different color. And he's like, please add that line in the mountain so it shows that. So this guy lives here, and he looks at this mountain every day, and so he knows every single little nook and cranny of this whole picture in person. And now it's going to be part of his house. It's going to be his railing. Pretty cool. Anna Lael Feiler, amazing, admirable. Thank you very much. Taina, I agree. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. This is the Kennecott Mine building in McCarthy, Alaska. And I'm just finishing up cutting it up. From the distance, it looks what it looks like, a building, right? When you get close, there's just holes in the steel. It's called removing negative space and leaving an outline of the building. Very detailed. I'm gonna work on this side some more. Any of you guys old copper miners on here that could tell me what these are? From the picture, it was just 3 stacks, so I was just guessing that maybe the smelter, where they would smelt down the copper and pour billets. But anyways, someone could give me an explanation for what those might be. But give or take, this is it. There's a couple things I'm gonna add, but I'm gonna let this cool and return to this tomorrow. I gotta sleep on it before I finish it, because there's gonna be something I'm gonna change tomorrow, something I'm gonna adjust, make better. But overall, it was a great success, a very great success. Freehand plasma cutting metal art. I cut it out. This is what it looks like on the back. The silhouette of it. Pretty cool. And so I'm gonna let this sit and finish it overnight. Or in the morning. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your attention. Subscribe. Stick along for the journey. We got our winter Christmas market coming up. We're going to be doing a ton more metal art if that's what you guys are into. Subscribe for the process of that. Other than that, at the end of this week, we are going moose hunting for about a week, and we're going to shoot some cool content. We usually get a moose every time we go. We go out to the mountains on horses and have a good time. So we got a GoPro, and we're going to shoot some cool content. Looking forward to playing with that toy. All right, you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching.